let me get this up. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome into our new stream. Doing an interview today with a new creator. Well, a creator that I've personally backed. I've defended against new CG who freaking just kind of told him no one cares about his book, and then I'll just pull it out and be like, oh yeah, here I got it. I got his book right here. What you talking about? Where's your late books? I enjoy doing that very much. So let me see what we can get up here to share. Where is it here? This one. It's this one. Yeah, we'll go ahead and add that here. So this was the first campaign for Relentlessly Bullied Hero number 1, ending in $2,150, 74 backers. Looking to be a smash hit for the second one because it's closing in on that number quite quickly. Welcome in, Judo Joe Black. Appreciate you for being a channel member. What's up to you, Matt? Thank you for being a mod. Welcome in, Bruce. Constantinus, hola. Bissinger, what's up, man? Chris Tay. We have Master Hobo. Thank you for being a channel member. Says, greetings from the homeless shelter. Hello, Hero Man. Good to see a fellow MAH fan on here. Well, I'll bring him in a second. What's up, Arcane? Thank you for being a member. Yes, Exodia. I have an Exodia model kit completed on my desk, as well as a Black Luster Soldier model kit that's also completed as well. You know, it's something I would rather do than go out and do crack. Like a certain frog. The Hobonator. Yes, the Hobonator's here. What's up, Judo? Thank you for being a channel member if I didn't already say that. So, yes, we're going to be welcoming in Hero Darky Dark in just a moment to talk about his second campaign. Well, his third campaign, because his second campaign was Storm Rare Riders number 1. But we have Relentlessly Bullied Hero number 2, which does have backup packs of digital and I believe physical if you want to get in on that, or you can buy it on Amazon. The link to the campaign is going to be pinned to the top of the chat. So let's bring him in right now. Everybody welcome in Hero Darky Dark. What's up, man?
Yo, what's up? How you doing?
Good. How are you? What's up?
Pretty good. Yeah, I'm just doing my usual thing, just working and trying to stay alive. What else can you do these days?
Trying to stay alive. We actually have a person from Chicago who's not a moron like certain people. Just saying.
Yeah,
he's a ghost.
It's a nice city.
Yes, he's a ghost. Yes. But he has been to conventions, unlike certain people out there that claim they're getting funded for conventions and never refunded anybody. But yes, he is a ghost. He does not have video; it's just audio today. So it's all good. Yu-Gi-Oh is something I used to enjoy. It's kind of nostalgic. Hell yeah. So like I said, I just recently built this Exodia model kit and Black Luster Soldier model kit, but we're not here to talk about that. Although I love talking about Yu-Gi-Oh. It's great. I'm sure
it's such a fun game.
I'm sure Hero Darky Dark would be a fan of it, considering that it is shonen, right? I believe it's shonen, right?
I have no idea. I mean, it probably is. I'm not that familiar if it was. I was more of the anime fan of it, so I have no idea if it was. I'm pretty sure it's a shonen.
Pretty sure it was, bro. But I'm not 100% on that because I too only watched the anime and just recently built the model kit. So, what's up, LG? Let's go. Says he got work, but wanted to say, hey, what's up? It is shonen. Oh, okay, so Master will confirm that it is indeed shonen. Now, when I read the first Relentlessly Bullied Hero number 1, the inspiration that I got from it was more of a Naruto type character / My Hero Academia kind of Deku type character. Can you tell us about that at all?
So very honestly, I've been studying in both campaigns, but the story is very heavily influenced by My Hero Academia, mostly about superheroes to affect society, all that kind of such. So I decided to just take that topic, combine it with other such, I guess you could say, shonen attribute to it. Strong real main character, that kind of such, and then just kind of went a little bit crazy with some ideas I had, because I always used to come up with ideas when I was a kid. And of course, you were a kid, so it's not like you knew too much about story structure, so you just doing what you thought was cool. But as I grew older, I got that understanding. I was just like, okay, let me take all these building blocks in my mind and then try to form an actual story with it. And here we are today.
Very nice. There actually was a character in there that I kind of resembled an All Might type character as well. He kind of had those similar lines, like you could be great too, just like me type character. Like if I teach you, there was a character in there that was kind of like that as well. I kind of got that impression that he was supposed to be some type of All Might character to Zeal.
Yeah, like he's not just All Might, but like considering like in the story they just call him the star hero, but basically just consider him like your Batman, your Superman. Was just like, okay, he is the one in the era that like everyone, I guess you could say, turned to as being like the pinnacle of being a hero.
Right.
So of course, when in the story, it's mentioned like the first couple of pages, so it's not too much of a spoiler. But in the story, so when he dies, that's when kind of like this slow decay of society happens. Since well, one, heroes are now more emboldened, and then not heroes, villains are more emboldened, and some of the heroes are not, acting the best they can because that moral pillar is no longer there.
Okay. Oh yeah. Constantine says the art kind of resembles Jujutsu Kaisen Light. It's a good. I think that's a pretty good compliment right there. Welcome McCloy says, I know Yu-Gi-Oh has a small role in Jump Force, so it might be shonen. Well, Master Hobo says it is indeed shonen. What's up, God's Bad Karma? Says with a little bit of root steez, you too can look like me. Ka-chow. Sorry, that was cringe. But yes, we're here to talk about the next one, which is the first one, of course. Like I said, you actually have Zio and you have Grimora on the right there. Of course, Booba sells. I don't know how many of those you actually sold, but I did get I actually got cover C for this one, which was I think my favorite. So that was what I went with. So if you guys look here, you'll see you have Zeal, you have some of the story here. This is kind of what the original looks like. I think the second one actually is starting to look a little bit quite a bit better than the first one. And you have, of course, your type villainous character, Grimora, who she kind of messes with the main character throughout the entire story. It's actually quite hilarious how he's all like, yeah, I'm trying to be a hero and you're all here trying to mess me up. Like, what's up, type stuff. But, yeah. So,
Yeah, the artist really improves over time the more he draws the character, and it's really fun to see. I don't see. I'm probably missing a lot of the images, but if you're on Twitter during the time, I did saw that some of the earlier pages he drew, we went back and then we drew some of them to make them look a lot better, and I just happy to see him improve so much.
right. Right here. So yeah, this was actually the cover I went with, which is interesting because for number two, I actually went with cover C again because the cover was actually inspired by the movie Nobody. The cover of Nobody. If anyone's seen the poster for the movie Nobody, you'll see what I'm talking about.
It was heavily inspired. I remember I watched that movie with one of my siblings, and as soon as I saw the poster, I was just like, that's probably something Zio will be into. Not be into, but be in, because of course he's a relentlessly bullied heel. So he's
Yeah,
gonna get screwed over in his show a lot.
as it seems to be. It says, Constant says, make sure to stay for 6 hour streams, assessing over other men's success and sweeping for a local from California and releasing books late. You'll do fine. Oh, yeah. That's to you, by the way. That's not to me. Okay. So when's the hero not going to get bullied, says Master Hobo?
Probably not for a long, long time. Like as you can see from his attitude and his eyes, he has slight bags on his eyes for a reason. It's not the most glorious life he has.
Yeah. Yeah, Master Hobo always has very clever questions when it comes to comics like that. The first comic of anything starts off okay, but after a few books, the art will improve as well as the story. I agree. What's up, Frost Comics says, why don't you swing by and wish you an amazing campaign? Congrats on funding so quickly. Here's to continued success. Oh yeah,
thank you so much.
This book basically funded within the first 5 hours?
3-4 hours.
Yeah,
it's kind of funny because I started it and then I took a nap because I just got back from something and I woke up and it was funded. I'm like, wow, because during the first campaign, what I got for the first whole day was only like 7 backers and like $170. So to go from that to fully funded in a day, overly fun in a
It's
day. Is
pretty impressive.
Yep.
Yeah, I actually stumbled upon this book randomly. It was actually recommended to me, and I took a look at it. I was like, oh, I kind of like this because I really like manga, and I like the art style of it. It's like more manga. It's like a more manga style. So I was into it, and I read up on it. I was like, oh, it's already completed. I could get this pretty quickly. And then, of course, like I said, I went with Discover here because the purple here and the black. I like the coloring on this cover. Really goes well.
Yeah, for that one, there's a company called Udon Comics. They do a lot of like Street Fighter, Darkstalker comics. I found one of their comic artists, and I was like, "Oh, hey, you mind doing a cover for me?" They was like, "Yeah, sure." Honestly, that's probably how I find a lot of cover artists. I'll just go to like a comic store. Street Fighter, they have a lot of these like swimsuit edition or other stuff like that. So I'll just pick that and then look through all the artists and be like, oh, okay, so let's see who has a good style. Who I like that. What his prices, and then I'll just find some.
All right, hell yeah. Frost Comics says the sequel would have to be slightly less frequently bully hero.
Boss, I'll tell you now, what we see of what he's going through is just the beginning. Like you got you gotta see
Oh
the
yeah.
name's not for nothing.
Let's see. Idea for a future variant: make a Bengus / Gouda cheese styled cover. Legendary Japanese artist from Capcom.
Yeah, so hey, if you find my Twitter, send me that name or his tweet and such, and I'll look into see if I can get it.
You can drop it in the chat because you know you're a mod. Go ahead and drop it in the chat since you're a mod.
Okay.
Constantness is not wrong since beware of the 6-hour streams and the locales from California. Yeah, exactly. What's up, Ultima? Welcome in. Hail to you, Emily. Chloe says, to be fair, Hobo's question is kind of unironically good. One of the great things about Karate Kid, for example, is that Daniel gets his ass whooped a lot before he starts learning. It's kind of like that in this book, actually. He kind of gets his ass beat quite a bit, and then unleashes power that he didn't know he had. I want to ask Hero Darky if he's going to use Represent.
I mean, I don't think I have enough backers for it to apply to it. Like, I wouldn't be against it, but I remember I think Eric mentioned that it is like some exception of how much you actually got pushed before you can use it. And so far, my first campaign, I didn't get 100 backers yet, which I don't mind, but I feel like I'm probably gonna have to get at least 1,000 backers before I even be considered. But if I ever do get that number or beyond, yeah, I'll take a look into it.
Very good, very good. I think you'll get there with this one because if you already got 32 in within like the first day or so, I think you'll get there. Udon is epic. They do all the Street Fighter swimsuit specials. Yeah, that's something I'm gonna like send LG one day and just send them swimsuit special books. They have those big hardcover books of like swimsuit specials. It's pretty good. Vincent just says, but luckily, Renown Zeros and everyone else got your back against the 6-hour streams and the locales. There you go. Master Hobo says, thanks, Chloe. Someone understands my weird brain. Bengus / Gouda Cheese is the artist who drew the original Street Fighter 2, Marvel's Capcom, Dragon's Crown, Street Fighter 5 artworks, and more. Okay. I mean, if you're running into people from Udon, you can probably find that person eventually.
Yep.
So like I said, this is the original. If you guys don't know, for anyone who watches my videos on the regular, I actually do keep the Amazon link for Relentlessly Bullied Hero #1 in the description of every single video that I put out, as well as a bunch of other books I really like. So if you guys want to check that out right away, and you don't want to wait for 2, you can actually get that right now on Amazon within the link.
I'll suggest waiting for the campaign because I'll be honest, Amazon books are trash most of the times. Like, I only keep it up there since it expands my range, but the Amazon books are trash. But
yeah, sometimes
I always hate the publishing because
right?
like they don't do double page spreads that well, and then even then the paper quality is not. If you do publishing, the paper quality ain't always the best. So I'm just like, but yeah, you can always be choosers.
Oh,
But the one I get for that campaign, they're more of like the high quality, made in America, printed books, perfectly binded, and the people that's all nice. So
okay, hell yeah. Constantine says, "What's the Twitter handle or name of Hero for Darky Dark?" On Twitter, it would be at Hero Darky Dark, if I'm not mistaken, right?
yeah, I just posted it. There you go.
Oh, you did. Okay. Well, there you go. You posted the link to the campaign.
Oh wait, see, I just posted a link to the campaign again.
Yeah. Preston Moore says, "Hey, good luck on your campaign, man." Well, there you go.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, there's his link to his Twitter account or X account. So we're gonna move on over actually to the second book. It's a continued journey of Zeal, a hero stuck in a bonding deal with the ever-teasing villain Grimora as he searches for other hero allies. As I said, or as he said, it got funded pretty quickly. This is at 32 backers, $835, 28 days ago. Now, like I also said, the book is already completed. So if you do back this book, it will be immediately, surveys will be out and sent to the printers right away. So you don't have to wait for him to actually complete the book. It's already done. And I highly
Yeah, that was kind of like my motto where like I told people this a lot that I'm decently lazy. So I don't like to always be doing one thing after another. So I like to get things done beforehand so that it's like, okay, it's done. When Kickstarter finishes, send out the survey, get it to the printing press, and we're good to go. So
Oh yeah.
because I don't want to be dealing with, oh, okay, now I gotta panic, worry, message 5 different people going, oh, is it done yet? Oh, I need this. And then I'm gonna have to be dealing with backers because then I have to be apologize to all of them, going, oh, I'm so sorry, guys, and blah blah blah. And I'm just like, I got enough in my life. I just wanna make cool books, and that means I had to fund the production of the book myself and then put it out there. So be it. Thankfully I'm not broke, so I can afford it.
Oh my god, customer service. Actual customer service. Holy crap, that exists still. Ubisoft, you can never be late. I appreciate you coming in. Master Hobo says statues for these characters would be awesome.
Honestly, I am looking into that kind of stuff. I just want to make sure I have, I guess you could say, more of a following towards each book before I invest those things, because of course they're pretty expensive, and I don't want to count my chickens before they hatch, because then that's gonna put me at a disadvantage.
Makes sense. Constantine says, is the digital books able to work for Kindle or any reader on iOS or Android?
I think they do. I'm not too sure what's Amazon policy on that. Honestly, if you want to read it digitally, go to a site called Global Comics. They have the digital version of it there as well. Yeah, actually, let me just get the link to it.
There you go. You can get that from there. Did I know the 40s Batman plagiarized the Shadow Purple Partners apparel? No, actually, did not. It's cool. You're good. Preston Moore says, what is your creative process?
Well, honestly, I very much go by creative process. Well, I do what I want because I'm
Charade.
very, I guess you could just call me temperamental too. I was like, okay, one day I can get like a bunch of stuff done, write 20 pages and such, and another day I can barely write down like 2 sentences. So I very much just like to just go with the flow because I feel like that will helps me work better. So when it comes to projects, it's kind of just go like I get an idea, I really like the idea, I expand on it, match some stuff out. As I mentioned before, I used to have all kind of ideas as a kid, so sometimes I reach back
Right.
to some of that to help fill out something so that there's structure and point to it and things to help fluff it out. And then from there, I just start cooking.
There you go. Yes, it is correct. The Batman is a ripoff of the Shadow. Oh yeah, the Shadow. That's he even used 1911s and other guns to delete his enemies. Interesting. Yeah, but then he had do you have what Batman that kills, right? Eventually. Oh, okay, there we have the digital version of the first book, right? It's the first one.
Yeah,
Okay, perfect. You can actually
yeah,
get digitals of both the first and second in the campaign as well. But go ahead. Sorry.
yep. I don't know. I was just saying, yeah, they actually like a little comic too. The stash is nice, and apparently, one of like the people they told me that apparently my manga's like I forgot it was either top 10 or top 15 most viewed creative mangas on there this year. And I was drinking
Very
water at
good.
the time because I just happens to end up in like a, voice chat with them. So I was just drinking water. They were just like, oh yeah, here, your manga is actually like the top 10 or 15 on the site. And I almost spit it out because I didn't expect
That's
it.
very good, man. Congrats. That's very good. Very good. You know you're doing something right.
Yeah, barely so.
Yep. Papa Razorfist made this one of his videos about Kane was a POS to Bill Finger, taking credit for a lot of Batman designs. Robert Joker, Gordon, and more Finger made. That sucks. Master Hobo says there better be a hobo character in this book.
I mean, technically speaking, we haven't seen what Zill lives, so you could just consider him a hobo.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Being a
It
hobo
was
without
never
really
established he lived
knowing.
anywhere, so.
Very good. Okay, so I'll let you go ahead and talk a little bit about the first book. Like, without obviously without any spoilers, you can talk about the second one, kind of where it's leading, kind of where the story is going, so you can kind of give the people an idea of what the story is about.
Yeah, sure. So I can basically give a quick, not quick, well, I can basically just talk both of the first and the second one connected. So the first book was mostly just going to like the characters and the dynamics of the whole series. You found out that the main hero of this area died, so now heroes are trying to step up. We see Zeal, we see Gamora mess with him. We find out why Zeal's dealing with her bullshit, because for most people, we probably won't deal with the bullshit of a lady who's messing with you, but you find that there's a reason why. That basically he's stuck in this bonding deal with her. So even if he wanted to leave, he can't. So he kind of just has to deal with it. And so, the first one just all around. I made it so it's basically like a establishing piece of everything, so that I can still get into the story, see some development, but you got a good grip of what everything's about. The second one helped expand onto it, because in the first one it's mentioning how a lot of heroes aren't doing their part, and that seems suspicious, but of course, because of everything else, you can't dive too much deep. The second book helped dive deep into the current, well, part of the current culture of heroes, because after the first one, Zio Khan realized, okay, I need some allies. He actually doesn't need friends. He has no friends, but he needs allies because he kind of realized that, okay, I cannot handle everything by myself. Okay, in the first book, the villain was attacking things, and then he also had a hostage, and then it was hard for him to deal with both. So in the second book, he's looking for people to ally with. The only issue is that one, he's an edgelord, so of course he can be a little bit too intense for regular people to want to hang out with. So
Right, right,
makes
right.
it hard for them to make friends.
Mhm.
So eventually, it was mentioned that there is a hill conference where like different hills come and gather. The only issue is that is run by this organization that Zio doesn't like for certain reasons, and we kind of find out that this organization kind of has a hand in what makes a lot of these, especially newer heroes, not do their job properly. So it's kind of just him searching for allies, and of course, he's the Relentlessly Bullied hero. So this trip does not end without some noise going on.
Of course, yeah. So Hero Darky Dark for to you says from Constant, it says look at One Punch Man. It was a concept slash idea and fun doodle some Japanese guy made it. It became beloved and made it into an animation later. You'll be fine.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
I like the face punching cover of the second book. Yes, so it is inspired by the movie Nobody, the poster of the movie Nobody, which is actually the cover I went with, which is ironic because the first book I went with cover C, and then this one I went with cover C. But he actually has an animation here for the book itself, which is interesting because you would never think he would come out with that type of thing so early. Just crazy, which means you got a lot of ideas for an animation, don't you?
Oh yeah, of course. Like I guess you could say I have a almost artistic obsession with my creations. So,
That's
I like
good.
to do a lot of research and such, and I eventually just found a guy who can do good stuff for a relatively, excuse me, for a relatively good price. So I was just like, all right, why not? I like to, why not, if I'm trying to get that manga anime feel, why not get on that level and produce some stuff similar to it?
Exactly. So let's go ahead and play this.
When the world is being devastated and the populace in danger, that is the time for heroes to come together the most. With the combined might of intertwining branches, the ultimate hilt can be created to swing the almighty sword of justice. If they're compatible to be woven. Jesus!
Hey, Zio. Lily's doll spilled cereal all over. Where's the broom?
Get out! I'm busy!
Oh, you're doing another recording? Let me help.
No!
So,
So you can see right there that's That's the cover I keep referring to. It's right here. Inspired by the movie Nobody. It's actually very good. I really like this cover.
Yeah, I love it. When I
So how's
was
the
getting on
recruiting?
I know, I was about to say, when I was getting all the covers, I like to appeal to different people with each different colors. So of course, one usually like the most base one where it has both of them, since that's also part of the dynamic. One I make specifically tailored towards male, that more masculine and gritty, things are against some vibe. And then another one, I won't say it's tailored towards females, but it's more like, okay, it tailors towards seeing spotlighting other characters and then seeing the more, okay, it's a duel, she's messing with him a lot and that kind of such.
In my opinion, in this image, he almost looks like Roxas from Kingdom Hearts in this image, like an older version.
Yeah, I get that a lot. A lot of people said he looks like Cloud. Some people look like Sora. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll take it.
Exactly. Being compared to some highly loved, beloved characters right there, that's actually really good. I'm glad
Yeah.
you're getting compliments like that. That's awesome.
So how's the recruiting going?
Horrible. There are no truly virtuous heroes to ally with. This world really went downhill since the Star Hero's death.
If you
He
weren't
looks
such
like
an
Von
edgy
Coleman.
prude, you'll stop scaring the heroes away.
For a
Yeah, he
sociable
does have a
person,
little bit
there
of a
are
baby
allurements.
face.
On the heels of allurement, Peyton. Avoid the evil companion disregarding the goal. Intent on the out-of-tune way. Wander alone like a rhinoceros.
Don't quote the Bible verse at me.
That was from one of the Buddha's sutras.
Whatever. There's a heroes conference happening soon. You can find people there.
Sir Ubisoft says that second cover looks like a battle royale manga cover, in my honest opinion, where Cloud has multiple guns pointed at him, kind of like the John Wick thing. You mean like the John Wick
Yeah.
picture where he has all the guns pointed at him? Yeah. I took it off. I'm sorry. We'll get back to seeing it as soon as this is done.
Ran by the PYH organization? No thanks.
Come on, you're friendless anyway. What can go wrong?
Constantine says I might sketch or draw something based off that black haired or blonde dude. There you go. Sing this song. Tiamat says the book looks good. Well, there you go. Oh yeah.
Oh, thank you very
can,
much.
like I said, it's all pinned to the top of the chat. You can back it there.
Literally everything.
Well, at least it'll be fun.
Yeah, the campaign early November 2024, which of course it launched yesterday, November 12th. Here, Tiamat says, "Hero, your book is a right mix of webtoon and manga style."
Oh, thank you. Well, I gotta give all the credit to my artist. He works really hard, and he's really nice too. Jose Dubu. I retweeted him a few times on my Twitter account.
Oh yeah. Sir Ubasan sounds like Haruka Kanata from the Naruto intro.
Who the fuck's? I hate when I see names I don't recognize, because then I had to look them up. My curiosity gets the better of me. Let's see who I'm talking
You're all
about.
good. Like I said, Zeal is like that Naruto / Deku type character to me, in my opinion. The way I read it, that's kind of what I got from reading about the character of Zeal.
Yeah, I'd say that's fair enough from how deep in the series you are. Of course, at the author, I always know like way down the hill what Zero is, what he becomes and such. But what it's perceived now is pretty good, pretty spot on.
Oh, the second intro of Naruto. Okay, got you. Master Hobo says, "Time to watch Naruto, Dark Hero Man." So there you go. You got Naruto and Shippuden, and then we don't talk about Naruto. Hey, what's up, Mugen Lord? Says the intro looks awesome. I wish you the best of luck on your campaign. I may have to give the look into this manga myself. Hell yeah! Well, there you go. Like I said, it's pinned to the top of the chat. I don't know if I can do it on Twitch because I see you're on Twitch. I don't know if I can do it on there, but I could definitely pin it on YouTube. So yeah, let's see. So you got, hold on. So you have cover A, which is here, this one. That's cover A. Then you have cover B right here. And then you have cover C over here.
Funny part
This
about
one.
cover B, that technically speaking was supposed to come out during the first book, but there was a huge delay with the artist. And so by the time it got to me, I was just like, oh, see, I forgot to order this. Oh, look like I got my cover B.
There you go.
And that's kind of a thing I tell for all creators that, especially when you're new and you don't have like a big backing, they're always gonna be like missteps, bad things happening, things you didn't expect. But hey, it's all part of the process. You don't have to get down on it. You just gotta look on the bright side and realize that cycling is good.
I hear you, sir, Busan. I hear you. So yeah, as you can see, you got the everything right here, the credits for the creator, the artist, the video editor, the actual voice actors for Zeal and Gamora, which is interesting because people that don't know, Mugen Lord is actually looking for 3 voice actors for 3 different male characters for his anime series that he's doing with his Venus Orion comics.
Oh, that's awesome.
B, I thought Gamora's chest was bigger than that.
Okay,
Very
hey,
good.
hold on. Let's be honest here. Yeah, it's over. Let's be honest here. It's a big titty golf GF. I don't think it matters how big the chest is, as long as it's big. We don't do measurements here. We just like them big.
Does that work? Does this work for you? Does this work for you, Hobo? It's okay. You can go in the chat. Oh, good. Yeah. So yep, you can see it down here. Like I said, the 3 covers. You got A, B, and C here. You got all your stuff here completed. It is black and white, just so everybody knows. It is black and white, similar to a manga. And like I said, look, he even says he was inspired by One Punch Man. Look at that. Look at that. Yes, I'm satisfied now, he says. 90s style art with that potato quality. What? Nah.
Oh yeah,
As
you
an
mean
art-
like how 90 TV shows would look back then in the anime form, like old Sailor Moon.
Got you. As an artist, those are cultured and definitely G cups on that female in that anime cell. Very good. Very good. So yeah, like I said, all the pages are completed. It's all black and white. If you want to, of course, you could. Obviously, my pledge is up here. Already, I think I'm probably like backer number 3 or something like that.
Yeah, you got pretty early, and I was
I
surprised.
got in. Yeah, I got in when it said 0, and I was like, oh yeah, let's go. Cover C, thanks. And then I look at it, it says 3. I was like, oh, it couldn't be the first one. But yes.
I was shocked because I was, like I said, I just first started, did something for like 3, 4, 5 minutes. Look back, I only got like $100. I'm just like, oh my goodness, people were waiting.
There you go. So right here, plot: Zeal, a new hero trapped in a bonding deal with the veteran villainess Gamora, who loves to mess with him in any way possible. After the star hero's death, villains have been on the rise, and society has been experiencing a decay. Despite the whole world being against him, Zeal is still striving for greatness. Can he succeed, or will he fall? But yeah, so if you want to read the first installment, the first 20 pages is, of course, here. I believe you dropped the link in the chat before, but I'll go ahead and copy and paste this into the chat myself. And if you do want to back the book, it's actually at the top. And it does have things like catch-up packs, digitals, of course. So you get a digital catch-up pack of the first and second book. You can obviously get cover A here. Comes with all the digital, I believe, right?
Yeah.
You also get a bookmark too, so that's good. You get cover B, and you could get cover A for both 1 and 2 if you want to catch up. And if you want to get all the covers, and of course, this is a special tier for anyone who wants to submit a hero design. You can, while also getting every cover. So you can also do that as well. And now we can get into some of the interiors here. If you guys want to look at all this stuff, you might, if you like to talk about the interior artist, talk about this. Like I said, you can talk more about the story if you want. And if anybody has questions in the chat, you can definitely ask them, and he will answer as best he can. So, Master Hubble says, so where can I get into a bonding deal with a hot goth lady?
Well, Master Hobo. I mean, if you read the first story, you realize that you're gonna have to be in a very desperate situation where you're willing to give up something very important to you. Yeah, just to let you know, what you give it up, who you give up to, you gotta hope that she's a very responsible person with it, and she's not gonna do something dumb like drop it.
Yeah. Ultima says he'll definitely take a look later. Hell yeah. Let's see. I can definitely put that. I need to put that in the Twitch chat here as well. Put that in the Twitch chat for you. Like I said, all pages are done. Once the Kickstarter is over, he'll send out the surveys and get it printed and sent out to you. Now, what publisher do you use? You use Critical Blast?
I use Wellspring Comics.
There you go.
Yeah, I like the book quality, nice people, and also some other stuff. And yeah. And as for Coin Story, as I mentioned before, Zeo need friends. He doesn't have any. I mean, he won't say he doesn't have friends. He does say he needs allies, but he has no friends. So he's trying to make some. There's a Heroes Conference, but it's run by an organization he doesn't like because of a history. So,
Right.
but he ends up being forced to go anyways. And so from there, things can never be peaceful for him.
All right, good. So then we can take a look at some more interiors here. You obviously get some backstory about who he is, what's going on here in this image. Kind of see he's injured and needs a suit. Of course, he couldn't get a suit, a hero suit. He would get this type of suit, which is hilarious, honestly. And why Gamora feels the need to dress up when she's a villain, I don't know. I don't know.
Hey, some people get bored.
Oh yeah, she gets bored. She really gets bored and messes with the main hero at all times. So now, is there any correlation with this right here that has to do with the second book?
Yeah, basically. Previously it was in the trailer itself, but there was basically a scene where she hears about the conference and wants to go because he hasn't been to a hero conference before because he's a villain, and he didn't want to go, and so basically to make him give up, she basically just tied him up and just started kissing him till he gave up and said, "Okay, fine, I'll take you." That's how she forced him to go.
So it's a correlation for the first book, not the second one.
Yep.
There you go. Like I said, anybody has questions in the chat for the writer of Relentlessly Bullied Hero 2, as well as Storm Rail Riders as well. So Storm Rail Riders is more of like the Jet Set Radio looking type book, which is what I got from that. As I said, if you want to get in and submit your own hero design, you can go ahead and do that as well. You got character bios.
Last time I managed to get about like four or five people, which I'm glad for. And it was very fun to get that constructed as, for people. Yeah, you can get the first book in this campaign as well. I have a catch-up tier. And then if you don't want the cover A, the book one is a add-on as well. So you can just pick whatever cover you want and then just add it in.
Yeah, so you can select right here. You could get the digital catch-up bundle. So you can get both together. You can actually get cover A, whichever cover you want to pick, and then you can, like he was saying, like you have it right here as a catch-up physical. So if you don't want cover A of the first one, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
So if you don't want cover A of the first one, you can get any cover of number 2 and then add on whichever cover you want for the first one. Rail Riders is a comic, the JSR thing you mentioned. Storm Rail Riders. He made a book called Storm Rail Riders.
Yeah, it's still getting worked on because there was some issues with the artist there, so I'm just getting it worked on. So hopefully I can get that released in 2025, but you see what happens.
Let's see if I can.
Like I said, in this industry, especially where you're newer, some things just don't go your way, but you gotta walk with it.
Oh, you haven't launched it yet?
Yeah, it hasn't been launched yet.
Oh, okay. I thought you had launched this one already.
Nope.
So what I was referring to is this Storm Rail Riders #1, which is again Jet Set Radio inspired, coming in 2025. So you got Relentlessly Bullied Hero 2 coming in 2025, releasing to the public, like being sent to backers. They also have this right here that also will launch in 2025. So I'll actually drop that in the chat as well. Let's see if I can just put this in YouTube. What's up, Halo Moon? Showing the love. Who's this artist? Who's the artist of this book? It's actually right here in the trailer.
Yep. It's down there too. Oh,
Right
up
here.
there as well.
Right there. Oh, we can scroll down and see. See here.
No, it's near the top.
Oh, near the top.
It's like
Got
right
you.
after the title screen.
Here.
Here we are.
Jose Dibu. Comic and manga inspired by My Hero Academia, One Punch, and other iconic classic superhero TV shows. So yes, Jose Dibu. I'm actually gonna look up his stuff later when I get a chance. Time to make a relentlessly bullied universe. Yeah, I could see that. I could definitely
Honestly,
see that
there's a
happening.
few characters in the series that I know that are coming that I can practically see them having their own spin-off for their own Avengers since what they are as characters. But yeah, as I always say, we have to see.
Sounds like Air Gear. Oh, you mean this other project? Yeah. That's another project. Thorn Rail Riders. 56-page book, which is the same size as this book. 56 pages. As I said, cover A, B, and C. This is the one I went with, of course. So we have what you also have milestones, right? You have milestones for this.
Yep.
Can you talk about those?
Yeah. For the milestones, of course, I put some ambitious one there just to see what happens because I got some advice saying, hey, don't be afraid to aim high. Sometimes the energy you give things can help raise it. So, of course, the first few are more simple things like, oh yeah, if you get funded, everyone will get a piece of the first one is the poster, if I remember. I think it was a poster. So it's that poster, the first one you see.
This one, right?
Yep. So of course, anyone who buys anything physical will get that poster for free. And then if you get to like 1,000, they get the spotlight card. And then after that one, I think it's the 3,000 one. And that's what I got for 3,000. Check
Yeah,
it
we can
again.
actually scroll down. You'll see it here.
Oh, there we go.
So, funded, you get the spotlight character card.
Yeah. So funded, we get the spotlight character card. If you get to 2K, all physical backers get the free poster. If you get to 3K, you get a free poster of cover A number 3, which is basically the cover work for the next book. Then if you get to 5K, it'll be the Q&A with characters video. I'll get it produced. Everyone, I should probably explain that one more, but if we get to it during the survey, everyone will get to submit a question, and then later, probably within like 2-3 months after campaign, I'll have a video produced where it'll be the characters answering those questions. Always the one I find the most interesting and valuable. And then if you get to 6K, I'll get a custom song created. And if you get to 8K, I'll be able to commission an animated scene. Either it'll be a fight scene or some other stuff. And if we get to 10K, I'll make the trailer for number 3 be an animated trailer. Which, funny enough, I found a guy who can make that happen for a good price. So I'm like, hell yeah.
Very good, very good. Master Hobo says, is Rail Riders in the same universe as Relentlessly Bullied Hero?
Honestly, I always take this kind of like a early image kind of thing to where it's like, or a more modern image kind of thing to where it's like, yeah, they do take place in the same world, but don't think too hard about it to expect them to like interact outside of like crossovers. So it's kind of just like, yeah, they do exist, but let's kind of think of it as each book is their own separate alternate reality, or like, not alternate reality, but timeline. So that if, let's say, I'm just saying, let's say the book is somewhere well, writers take place in, I don't know, Paris. but in Relentlessly Bullied Hero, a villain nuke Paris. 9 out of 10, that probably would never be mentioned in Stonewall Writers, so don't think too hard about it, even if they ever do crossover.
They're good.
But
There you
you know,
go.
like I said, if they ever cross over, it'll be like, oh yeah, we live in the same universe. We just never mentioned each other before.
Because Paris blew up before Relentlessly Bully Hero came about. Drop those likes, hell yeah. Mass Hubble says, get Vaughn Coleman as Zeo in the live action movie.
Yeah, I can see it working.
Same world, different times is what
Yes,
Ultimate would say.
basically.
Do the story in increments. Don't jam too much into one book, as small pieces of the characters and story/drama will create mystery and intrigue for more, says Constantinus.
Yep,
For
thank
you.
you, mate. No, I am taking. Well, I won't say. Yeah, I am taking a decent amount of time with my book. You know, I'm not trying to rush too much. There is a great amount of mystery, things to look into, and such. You know, as I said, I always do things where it's like the first book was mostly just to help establish things because I find that at least for me, establishing things can be a little bit hard because you don't want to go too hard into it because then people be confused and they don't know certain things. But if you do too much, they could feel overwhelming. So I just kind of did a classic. Okay, well, I guess you could say this is a average day for Zio, but there's still story importance to it since what happened in number one influenced number two and so on. And so,
So
of course, two, we got more to
keeping the
lore.
canon. So keeping the canon, the canon, not messing
Yeah.
with the canon and people not being able to follow lore properly and doing anything like that, right?
Yeah. Like from 1 to 2, it's still a cause and effect. So it's not like, okay, number one's meaningless. It's like, no, like what one affects two. It's just, I made one to help establish things. But yeah.
Right. So you'll make it like manga where no matter how far in you are into the series, people could just be like, hey, I want to get into the series. They could just start at number one, right?
Yep.
It's something that modern comics don't do anymore. They just create new stories and you're just confused. You don't know where to start. But see, he's doing it the same way as manga, where you can just start from the beginning and you'll be able to follow along with it. Ultima says, yeah, basically the stories don't technically follow each other, but they're still the same universe, like an anthology.
Yeah. It's why I compare it to Image. 'Cause I remember I watched this one video about how back in the day, the Image verse, all the characters used to actively be in each other's stories, but then that got too complicated. So that they just changed it to, oh yeah, no, they're all in the same universe. Just take it as each story is their own alternate universe thing to make it
So
easier so that they don't have to care about each other.
So you do believe in doing multiverses for your story?
Yeah. Not too much like, oh, multiverse, but just kind of think of it like, yeah, it's a multiverse. Just take it as each story as well. Those characters' events have the most, I guess you could say, impact on the world. Then, okay, truly multiverse. What if this person died instead of X person?
Okay. So it's not like your other universe has like a black Zeo, right?
No, unless I want to be funny that day.
Okay. I must say, meeting you even digitally, Hero is more of a likable person / creator than that Vaughn person. Don't look him up; he's catty on the bird app. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We're talking about Vaughnster. He's talking about Vaughnster.
Okay, that good.
Yeah,
Well,
that
I
guy.
mean, I do hope for the best for people. I mean, even if I don't like them, I don't. Despite when I don't like people, I generally don't want them to suffer unless they're like a pedophile or something.
Oof.
Like, if you're not a pedophile, then I'm like, okay, well, I hope your family's healthy. I hope you stay healthy, and yeah, that's just about as much as I care about you. But yeah, apparently, I don't know. A lot of people said that they like me. They said, I'm nice to talk to, which surprises me because, well, I guess a comic. Oh, shoot, I hit my mic. I guess a comic makes sense because when I was younger, I'm not so what, but people used to say I have a murder face to where they say I look like I killed someone. And it'll be kind of funny because I'll have like the most neutral or like not even feeling anger or anything, just neutral or even like just slightly happy going about my day. And I didn't realize it till like this one guy in school when he walked past me. I used to walk past him all the time going to lunch, but he stopped me and I was just like, okay, I gotta ask this. Hey, you okay? Can you look like you just murdered someone? And it was funny because I became friends with him soon after. But
Be like that sometimes. Give me 1 second.
well, now that it's only just me, I hope you guys bucket in because yeah, as I said, of course the story just started out, and so like a lot of stories, you don't get all the detail at first, but as you go in more and more into the stories and such, you gotta see a lot more different sides to each character, the world, what things mean. And of course, Zeal's gonna develop more and more. You're gonna see him be be epic. I'm especially so I already mentioned this before if you look at my Twitter, but in number always written down number 4. Well, I'm always looking forward to number 3 because there's a scene in number 3 that makes me really happy too. I'm like, yeah, I'm really feeling like not only am I getting to the groove of things, but I feel like I'm really establishing, things and moments that will make people go like, hey, I gotta read this comic again and again and again. 'Cause that was too epic. Yeah. Honestly, I'm just yapping till he comes back because I'm afraid to be alone. But yeah, good. It was always kind of just fun to make things. Cause I always. Oh, there you go. You're back. You muted.
Oh, I guess I was muted. I just wanted to grab this out of my short box real quick so I could show the chat what they would be getting. So Master Owa says no reboots for the Dark Hero Man. He also says LG as Black Zeal for the live action movie.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the thing that sucks about being early in the series because there's so many minor things or jokes you gotta introduce in the series that you can't talk about.
Right.
Oh, well.
So just wanted to pull this out of my box so you guys can see what you'll be getting. It's kind of what I got with the first issue. Got the trading card for Zeal. It's really hard to see, but it's very like thick cardstock here. You can see the book isn't like flimsy or anything, so you know what you're getting. You can see how much the colors pop on the very first book here. You can see how like everything is really good. Like it's not cheap. The price is cheap, but the book is not cheap. So, and of course you got the poster from, as you saw, this is cover A, but we got it as a poster. So you see that he has a free poster for cover A number 3. We got cover A for number 2 with issue number 1 here. So you know what you're getting when you back this book. You're not getting some cheap, flimsy, floppy from. Yeah, it is a nice book. Yeah, this is what I had to shut somebody down when they tried to say that nobody bought this, and I'm just like, yeah, here's my copy, friend. I don't know what I'm talking about. I know I bought it. Is it cheap enough for a hobo? It depends on what you mean by cheap.
Yeah. Yeah, it
You
kind
got
of depends because I do try to make things as affordable as possible, but at the same time, I'm hiring an artist. I got to pay for things, and as you see for the milestone, I do have ambitious ideas for it, and so of course I had to charge something relatively reasonable for it.
I would say it's I would say a hobo that let's see. I think the shipping was probably like 7. Well, I paid 28 for my pledge, so the shipping was like $8. So I probably like 20, 25, 26 bucks if you get cover A.
Yeah,
If that's the cover you want. So the
the
shipping
first
is
campaign
pretty
actually
low.
did teach me a lot because it helped me. I didn't know too much about shipping for the first one, so I kind of just went with okay, let me just do some flat rates. And of course, after it, I kind of examined the data, examined the social stuff, and I was just like, okay, well, the shipping didn't kill me, but I should probably get it more range to cover all of it because as I'm going forward, if I do get more attention, I don't want to end up being buried by shipping fees. So of course I made some adjustments to it. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's still relatively fine.
Oh yeah. Constantinus says, when you gain more success, hero, will you get a cover of your character done by the Hokuto no Ken guy or Tim Lim, who does Common America?
Oh yeah, of course. If I ever do, I can ever make them look my way. Yeah, of course. I'm always open with working with most people because, it's a world and there's people on it. And I'll be honest, I don't like to not like people because I can't feel like that's a waste of time because it's like, okay, you have so many years in your life, there's so many things going on. Why just be a dick all the time? So I'm like, yeah, of course, I'll work with them if I ever find the time or got the wallet for it.
I think I think Douglas Ernst is a pretty good dude. I think he would work with you. I think he work with honestly anybody if you just ask. He responds pretty good on Twitter as well. So I think if you ask him, to ask Tim to do a cover for you, I think he could do it.
Yeah, I'll look into it for, if not number 3, then definitely number 4, since that's gonna be, I guess, the volume ending cover.
Oh yeah. Looking forward to that. Maybe he'll get a cover done by Tim Limper, issue number 4. Vinsiger says, "Well, I want to ask how would Bully Hero handle Johnny Somali and people like him?"
Well, okay. Well, he'll definitely get arrested. Okay, the second he starts, I forgot. Did Johnny ever like actually put his hands on people?
I think he has, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, he's definitely getting arrested. He's probably gonna be taken down in like 5 seconds. He probably won't even see it coming too, because he'll just pop out of the shadow and just take him down. He won't horribly hurt him, because I'll probably say it now, but Zio doesn't like to truly injure people unless he needs to for certain reasons, but he'll definitely not let him just do whatever. He'll be taken care of that night. Yeah, unless you piss him off. If you piss Zio off, he might he might hurt you a little bit.
Like,
Everyone has a limit.
I hope he answered your question very well. He seems to know what he's talking about. What's up, Zero Smoke? How's it going, friend? Mike has bad knees. What's up, man? Thank you, Peter, channel member. He says there's no point in making additional enemies inside the indie space when it's already such a grind.
Yeah, I was like, I know I can be a little bit of a dick sometimes. Like, I would not say I'm a definitively a good person in my life. Of course, I could be a dick, I could be arrogant, whatever. Yeah, even if that's a over exaggeration of what I am or what I actually do. Yeah, I do not. I do not automatically see myself as a good person because in the end, we're all human, we all make mistakes. But I do try my best to just not just spend my life fighting people because I don't know, I just always see it as a waste of time. Even in high school, like people try to like start stuff with me, either try to poke fun of me at my voice or how I speak because I came from a immigrant family. I I just kind of stopped caring. 'Cause I'm just like, dude, like what? I'm gonna fight you. We both get suspended. We come back, do the same thing, and then what? Like what is that gonna do for my life? And so, of course, for me, I just always step my nose to doing better things. And thankfully for me, that worked out, and I did a lot of accomplishments in my life, not just in any comic, but like outside of the life. Well, why I am right now is a lot further ahead than many of my mates. And that's not putting out my mates. I just like, oh, okay, wow, I actually did pretty good for myself. So yeah, you know, why waste time when you could just do other stuff?
Sounds very good. Sounds like you went from a rough one to succeeding in what seems like something you love doing, which is how it should be, honestly. So Ultima says that Somali was a servant to peace, disrespecting the comfort, women's statues, calling women names, is what he says.
Oh yeah. No, it was definitely 100% arrest him.
Don't expect an 8-hour live stream from the Dark Hero, man.
I'll be honest. I thought I could even do like 3 hour live stream about us hosting it. I'm terrible. I've been trying to get into YouTube content, but I just keep on putting it off because of other things. So, but maybe one
Yeah, it
day I
all
can.
starts somewhere. You could start with just one video a week. You ain't got to go that hard on it. That's what some people do. They'll start with like one video a week, and that's all they can handle. Then that's all they can handle. But at least they're putting their stuff out there. So maybe you can start with there. You can start with just one video a week. Maybe give like an update. Maybe give like a video update, or you could you have your animated trailer on there as well.
Yeah, I'll give it a try. Only issue that I like to sometimes be a little bit too ambitious, so I don't just want to make a regular video. I want to do a super high quality specific topic. And then the
Right.
only issue with me is that I'm a little bit temperamental. Is that after a while I'll just be like, yeah, I don't get this, and I'll just walk away from it. But I can get better. You always got to start somewhere.
Exactly. I'm doing well, Zero Smoke. I'm glad. I hope you're well as I'm well too. Very good. Mike has bad. He says I'm late, but is it? Are the books? Do the books read right to left like a manga, or do they read the correct way?
Oh,
They
they
read
read
the-
the correct way.
They read the correct way. Like I was showing off the book earlier. Like I actually have the first one here of cover C. This is the one that I chose as well for number 2, which was inspired by the movie Nobody, the poster of Nobody, which is the first one. Like I was saying before, it's like it's not cheap. You can bend this thing and it's good. Like it's high quality for the price. It's all black and white though, like a manga. No spoilers or anything like that. In case anybody wants to read the first one, because it is available on this campaign. And we can scroll up here so we can show the covers here. So we have cover C right here. Like I said, was inspired by the poster for Nobody. Cover B, but these are not B's. And then cover A. So, which I actually have a poster form from the first campaign right here. So, kind of imagine what you get, kind of stuff you get. Vince Ninja says, like, seriously, why should indie creators have to fight if indie creators should be in this together? Yeah, it's all about envy. It's all about jealousy. It's all about people feeling like they should be seeing the success that others are seeing because they think they're more deserving of the success when it's really the audience decides how successful you become. It's never that you're better than the audience. The audience always decides if you're going to succeed or not. And you entertain the audience, and then they decide with their wallet whether or not they want to further support you with monetary gains. Never the other way around.
I always say this, but like you can. It's one of those things where I'm thankful I had a dad because he, can teach me a lot. And it's one of those things where it's like you can always tell when someone acts funny either because they're bored or they're insecure about things. And so it's like, I'll be honest, I see a lot of the things people do. I'm just like, okay, you're either insecure or you're bored. And I don't know, like the difference can make a whole lot of difference. Because, as I mentioned before, I grew up, I have a different way of speaking for certain reasons. And, I know some people, try to be like, oh, yeah, are you okay? They were saying this and that. I'm just like, oh, yeah, no, do it. Like, I'm already secure in myself. Because just like, in the end, if someone wants to say something about you, they're always gonna say something about you, no matter what.
Right.
Like you can have $1 billion, 3 wives, everything, never done anything wrong, and yet someone will still find something to, say something. So it's kind of just like, okay, so at that point, like why am I gonna try to hold myself to a immune condition? And so, of course, I just grew up, became more secure in myself and just live on because, that's the best you can do. Work on yourself and everything else. And don't be afraid to fail. That's an important thing. I was in another, I guess I could say podcasting yesterday, and they asked me for advice to get to other creators. I told them, hey, don't be afraid to fail. Life isn't just one shot. You don't make one bad book and then you're not allowed to write books again. Okay, if you ever have a pen to a paper again, someone's gonna come in with a gun and say, nope, get away from me. It's like, no, you can make mistakes. You can, do whatever. It's free space, and you can't learn unless you try things. So don't let insecurity hold you back and then just make you bitter. Be afraid to just go out there and do whatever. What's the worst gonna happen?
It's a very good message right there. It's good. It's a good lesson right there to learn for real. Master Hobo says I might do a sleep stream. Mike has bad knees says it looks interesting. Payday coming up. I'm getting the catch up back. There you go.
Oh, thank you.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
looking forward to it. Honestly, that's kind of what I'm expecting. I'm just thinking to myself, yeah, it's the 13th. Knowing most people's schedules, they get paid on like the 15th and 30th, so there's gonna be like a bump of like a day or two.
Well, yep. Well, it looks like it. My payday would be next week, but I already took care of it, so I'm good. Yeah, you're a Dark Heroes man. You're a Dark Heroes man's boss. Very good. Hating on someone or beefing when someone takes too much energy. I have more important things to do. Right. I have way more things I could be doing, like making content, talking with people like Hero Darky Dark about their projects, getting their word out there about their projects, and basically telling people, well, this is the stuff I like. Let's see, check it out and see if you like it too. It's just a waste of time. A lot of times.
It's boring. It gets boring a lot because not like a lot of things move because of it. It's just, oh, you don't say insult. And then even if you're factually right and you bring up, pictures, images and stuff to actually prove what you said is right, while it just being like some nonsense jab, they'll still just find something else to just deflect from it. So I'm just like, okay, so why am I even standing here for? Like, you're making me type away for what?
Right. It's kind of like what I've been doing recently. I just sometimes, like a lot of times, like, unless I'm bored, like when I'm at work or something, I'm just like tweeting back at people. When I get home, just like I got content to work on. I got people that want to watch videos I make. I don't care about y'all like that. Y'all not that important. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, Master Hobo says I'm expected to fail on my YouTube channel, but I'm gonna have fun doing it.
Hey, at least you try, and the experience you get from it can help push you somewhere else.
Yeah, you could you're never gonna like, you gotta expect to fail a little bit when you're just starting on YouTube, but the biggest thing about it is just being consistent. Being consistent, letting your fan base know, like, if you can't upload a video, like today I wanted to upload like 2-3 videos, but I got off work extremely late, worked a very long day, and I basically was just playing, setting this up. So, but I did have some stuff I wanted to talk about today, but I wanted to do this as well. So I said, all right, I could do the videos for tomorrow. I'll take care of this today. Have a little fun talking about this book because it's something I was actually anticipating and waiting for, just like a couple other books like Super Plumber Sisters from Tyler, waiting for his to come out. Common America 10 is actually ending today as well.
Yeah, I saw that one.
And things of that nature. So I got other things, and then I was also yesterday I was kind of trying to get my voice right for Mugen Lord's characters, but it didn't come out too good, so I might try again after this or tomorrow to see if I can get that together as well and see if I can try out for it. But yeah, you can make the series digitally here. Hell yeah. Like I said, maybe they could hit up your guy for it. I kind of liked his Zeal voice was pretty good.
Yeah, I think when I first messaged him, I was like, okay, try to make him sound like a English Sasuke, but not as little serious. Like give him a little bit of okay, he's trying to be 100% serious, but you can't just make it.
Yep. So where it worked out, I think it worked out pretty good. It sounds like the kind of voice he would have, in my opinion. So yes, you can read the series digitally. I think the first 20 pages. You can actually purchase it on Amazon, but as Hero Darky Dark said earlier, he says the quality when you order it from Kickstarter through his publisher, the quality is much better than in Amazon. And Amazon's kind of a coin toss when it comes to ordering books because they might send you damaged product and not send you new stuff. So, Vincent just says,
do the Kickstarter, I can keep more of the money.
That's true. Yes, that's very
Hey,
true.
look at it like this. I can keep more of the money and you get more stuff. If you buy on Amazon, you just get the book. You buy on Kickstarter, you got all the free posters and cards that go with it.
Yeah, there you go. So you get more bang for your buck when you buy off of Kickstarter, and you have the opportunity to buy the first and the second book together. So if you buy the first book from Amazon, you might end up liking it, and then you go, "Oh, I got it for the second one. I should have waited to just get both together so I could read them one after the other." Instead of torturing yourself. So true. I would be more committed to my job watching anime and making stuff. So yeah, this is the Kickstarter link for number 2. I actually also have it pinned to the top of the chat over on YouTube. I also have it in the chat over on Twitch as well. I like that Dark Hero Man is a My Hero Academia fan like me. I've never watched it, by the way.
Oh yeah, it's. I'll be honest. I suggest reading the manga just to see like the. Well, I guess I could say watch the first season of the anime, then start reading the manga, because I won't say the beginning of My Hero was weak. I just think that structurally how they go panel to panel was not the, I guess you could say, strongest, but the anime helped expand on it. But then from there, the manga, find its stride and start picking up more. Because it really did inspire me. Because after like Naruto, One Piece, Bleach, I won't say I wasn't into anime as much anymore, but like the anime that caught my eye decreased over time. Because there was still like a few, like Kenichi, the Minus Disciple, that kept me semi interested, but it was always kind of just like distance. Because of course, American. I didn't even truly process that Dragon Ball, Naruto and stuff was truly anime, and that was a Japanese project. I just thought they were cartoons, and so I kind of just kept my distance. And then, of course, I saw My Hero Academia. I was just like, oh, hey, that actually looked interesting, and I read it, and then that helped me get more into what anime truly is and a wide scope of things. And so, I always have a true deep love for it.
Yeah, there's a lot of niche animes that are very, very good that nobody knows about.
Oh yeah, I think I just got back there.
Oh, you did? Let me see.
Yep.
Let's go ahead and refresh this. Let's see. And you did. Yeah. You got one more. Got one more backer. But yeah. Thank you for backing Hero Darky Dark's book, Relentlessly Bullied Hero number 2.
Thank you very much. Truly appreciate it.
I mean to. You mean you would rather be more committed to your job, watching anime, making stuff? I got you. I got what you said. Me and Renown Zero quote unquote fight about Ninja Scroll and Akira. So what do you think, Dark Hero Man? So yeah, we always go back and forth on Twitter with the quote unquote fight when it comes to Akira or Ninja Scroll being a better movie. I'm on the Akira side and he's on the Ninja Scroll side. I do love the Ninja Scroll movie, but I thought Akira was a lot better. I even watched it in 4K, and it still holds up 40 years later. So, so he's asking you, what do you prefer? You think Ninja Scroll or Akira is more? Like, what do you think is better?
I've never watched Ninja Scroll, so by default, I had to go with Akira.
Yeah. Let's go. Oh, trust me, Ninja Scroll has a series and also has a movie, but the movie they say is better than the series. But the problem with the Akira is that the manga expands on a lot more than the movie ever could. So, so yeah, he called you a traitor.
I'm sorry, I just didn't watch it. Unfortunately, whoever audience that hit missed me.
You should watch it though; it's really good. And Mike has bad. He says Ninja Scroll is easier for him to watch, and that Akira gets too weird. Constantinus says Akira 1980. Hell yeah. Yeah. Did you ever watch Ghost in the Shell 1995 or Equilibrium 2002? I've seen Equilibrium. That movie is awesome.
I've seen some of Ghost in the Shell, but not all of it. Honestly, there's a lot of anime movies I actually got watched because the only anime movies I've watched for the most part was mostly the shonen ones because Young Boy, of course, I was more interested in the shonen ones. Anything outside of those, I'm a little bit lacking of knowledge. I can give you a whole detailed deep dive into every Dragon Ball Z movies, but I saw those, some of the Naruto and Bleach ones. I'm a little bit stumped on.
I got you. Yeah, so yeah, Ghost in the Shell had a few series, and they had a movie. They had the original, and then they had like standalone complex, and then they had another one afterwards. Like, they had quite a bit of different series for Ghost in the Shell. So it's pretty old and still very good. Ghost in the Shell, you think it's free on YouTube? I might have to look into that.
Yeah.
Vincent just says Ninja Scroll for the win because I enjoyed it more than Akira. It's fair enough. An anime that I like beyond any of them is Hokuto no Ken, the 1980s movie with American voiceovers. I've never heard of it, actually, so I have to look into that too. Vissinger thinks Vissinger and Mike has bad knees for liking Ninja Scroll over Kira. That's all
That's
good.
funny.
Wow, you can have a different opinion here.
Okay, hey,
Shocking.
give me a anime that's super niche that most people will be surprised that you like.
Legend of the Galactic Heroes.
What is that about? What the? What you don't go. See, I hate
I'll
when
say
people bring up things I don't know because I always have to look them up,
Legend of the
even though I
Galactic
asked for it.
Heroes. I would say Legend of Galactic Heroes, Guilty Crown, Sayuki. Those are three. Oh, and Desert Punk.
Okay,
Desert
those are
Punk is another one.
okay. That's pretty cool. Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. A lot of people really like the Guilty Crown's opening. I remember I used to see it all the time going around.
I'll look up another. It's an anime movie, basically Final Destination format, Blood the anime. Okay,
I actually seen that one.
I got a quote unquote fight. A lot of people have done with quote unquote beating up me now 0. It's fine. That's fine. Yeah, Sayuki. I've even seen Gantz. I've even seen
Yep, I saw that one.
Final Fantasy Unlimited. Another one I've seen, Full Metal Panic.
Yep. Oh yeah,
I've seen
me and
the
my siblings love that one.
yeah. I just picked up that one. I just picked up the complete series on Blu-ray not too long ago. I've only seen the Fumofu one, the 12 episodes, but I've never seen the actual original series. So I picked that up. Vissinger says Eureka 7, very good, by the way. Space Battleship Yamato, Space Pirate Captain Harlock, Inazuma 11. Hope I said that right.
Yes, I love that one. That's a soccer anime.
Jinja E Kickoff. Eureka 7 is good. Another one that probably very niche that no one knows about is Escaflowne and Appleseed.
That's interesting. If I have two, one will be ISO 21. It's basically a football anime. That's because I did football in high school. And then another one would be Beyblades, but not the original one, but the metal era, the one with Jega and the others. And I find that funny because I think it was like last year around Christmas time. I have no idea why, but Beyblade started blowing up on the internet on Twitter. It was all these people posting all the crazy thing about Beyblades, and I was loving it, but I was still so confused because it's like, okay, this is like a decade, not even a little bit over a decade old series, and now everyone's just suddenly talking about it. But hey, I enjoyed it.
Right. Constantine says, "Oh, what about that Killer Jack / Psycho Jack anime that's based off Devilman Crybaby? Is that one? Because I've heard of it, but I never watched it.
I know I watched Devilman Crybaby, but I'm not sure if I saw that Psycho Jack one.
I'm saying I think he's referring to Devilman Crybaby. It's kind of what he's referring to, okay. I think.
If it is, then yeah, I did watch it.
Beyblade blowing up sounds like a professional ate Taco Bell and had to run to the loo.
Yeah, it's funny. But I seriously love that series because, like, it's not like it's the most deepest thing. It's just entertaining to watch sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really enjoyed Zoids too.
Oh yeah, actually,
the original Zoids. There's gonna be an anime made up about my legendary quote unquote fight with Renounce. Well, we'll call it Ninja Scroll. We'll call it the Ninja Scroll parody. That's what we'll call it. We'll call it the Ninja Scroll parody.
I look forward to it. I'll buy that for $1.
I'd buy that for $1. Yeah. So yeah. Does anyone have any other questions for Hero Darky Dark before we wrap up today? Anything else you want to show on this campaign? Any message you want to give the people watching about the book overall? That would be like a pitch you would give them.
Yeah, I guess I could say Relentlessly Bullied Hero, I always take it as it's going to be a journey. As of course, it's going to be this young kid. Yeah, I'll just say kid. This young, I'll just say young man, as he's kind of going through life, and then he's trying his best to be something great. And I made it like that because I feel like, especially nowadays, a lot of people can relate to wanting to do great, but not always having the power or skill set you think you need at the time to do it. And so I think a lot of people can find interest in seeing someone where it's like, okay, yeah, he's not the chosen one. It's not like he was giving a super secret demon awakening that just came out and gave him power. It's like, no, he's relatively within the confines of the world, relatively. But despite all that, what helps make it work isn't just specifically what he's given, but how hard he fights for it. I feel like that can help a lot of people, as they're going through life, kind of relate to it and pick themselves up and just continue trying, even if people pick on you, even if people laugh on you, even if people try to stop you, just that will inside yourself, just keep on trying to strive for what you want because you truly want it. Because as people, anyone who read the first book would know, it's not like Gamora always makes fun of him. She makes fun of how he has no friends, how he's weak, how he's a loser. But despite all that, he just doesn't stop. He just keep on trying. That doesn't mean he doesn't try to improve himself. And he thinks that by default he's perfect. No, he is self-critical of himself, but he doesn't let his faults stop him from trying to reach higher. So I hope that a lot of people can just take that message and go on themselves and do great.
Oh yeah, it's like you have your Naruto character and Sakura character. There you go. That's kind of what that reminds me of. Like the Naruto character was always getting picked on, and then he becomes Hokage, and then you got the Sakura character that's always teasing him and calling him names and all this good stuff, and he just keeps on going even as she's making fun of him and stuff.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like there'll be some bigger dynamic with them. I think like she'll end up wanting to she'll end up falling for him a little bit, even though it'll be like that dynamic you see in anime where it's like, oh, he's a dopey silly boy that they thought they'd never fall in love with, but then somehow fall in love with him, and then stuff like that. I feel like there's gonna be either her or it's gonna be some character, and then she's gonna end up. I feel like a great dynamic for this would be like you end up having a character that's also female that bullies him in some later issue, and she gets jealous that the girl is bullying him more than her. That would be an interesting dynamic, I think.
I will say that, of course, the dynamic between them will, I guess, say, sip and change throughout the series. It's not gonna be just one direct. Oh yeah, she just insults him and that's it. It will sip and change in different ways, probably because of character, probably to what they go through. And as you go through, you do kind of see more and more of why Gamora is the way she is and why she even decides to keep Zero around, because for her it'll seem a little bit off to just decide, why not? Let me just keep this one random hero around. So it's one of those things where it's like that's one that I look forward to, just seeing how their dynamic changes and evolves and such.
Hell yeah! Like I said, that would be an interesting concept, though, at least in my opinion. Be like that one, get another female character and like that bullies him a lot more than she does, and then she gets jealous of that. She gets jealous of the other chick for bullying him, worse, like bullying him better than she could. That would be a very.
I will say this:
dynamic.
that Gamora is very spiteful to every other female on pure principle, and in the bonus pages for number 2, you'll see how spiteful she can be towards other
Oh,
people.
no. Which it's actually a great. I don't know what's the word. A great transition to this actually, because Master Hobo asks how many pages the book is.
The main story itself is 56 pages plus the bonus pages. If I remember correctly, the bonus pages this time around it'll either be 6 pages or 8 pages. It's kind of depends, as there's no true final numbers yet, because I might decide to like add something afterwards. Because they don't take too long. I do all the bonus pages and sketches so that takes, well, one, it's kind of fun. It helps differentiate what's the main story and what's the side story, and then it can really help a lot with like the lore building or like establishing characters, because there's some stuff that I'll think about the character and I want to like add it to the main story, but I can never find a way to like get it in there without seeming odd, because it's kind of just like, oh yeah, if someone's attacking and people's in a house fire, then I feel a little bit weird just have the character randomly say, oh yeah, I used to do ice skating when I was a kid. So those bonus fans can help bring out that bit of personality to help people get more attached without having it interrupt. So to answer your question again, it's 56 pages of the main story and then about 6 to 8 bonus pages. Which is funny, 'cause I just finished writing number 4 recently, and I haven't done like a true save down edits where I might take out some things to make the page count slightly smaller. So if I keep the page count as it is right now, it'll be exactly like 72 pages of the main story. And I'm a little bit like, ooh, do I have to cut that down? It kind of depends on how the series goes, because if it goes good and depending on if I can get some stuff arranged for my artists, hey, I can make that work, because yeah, that kind of stuff.
Very good. Well, there you go. Now you know how many pages it is for the pricing too. Is pretty good. Vincent just says, I've only seen Devilman Crybaby, Devilman OVAs, Devilman versus Cyborg 009. Cyborg 009 is another good one. I like the Devilman OVAs the best. Hell yeah. Hopefully Zeal will get some of Gamora, if you know what I mean.
Okay, I will say this. If Zeal ever decide to, on purpose, participate in No Nut November, he will never win being around Gamora. That's
Yeah,
all I'll say on it.
he absolutely despises Gamora. If you read the first book, he absolutely despises her presence. But she likes to tease him a lot. What's up, Blind Dog 9? Thank you for being a channel member. Some very fine books. Where do you find them? On Kickstarter. You can actually get the first book on Amazon. I have the link to it in all of my videos descriptions. But if you want to get a better quality, book paper wise, Hero Darky Dark suggests that you get them both together. You can actually get them on Kickstarter right now. The campaign just launched yesterday, and the link to it is dropped in the chat, as well as being pinned to the top of the chat as well. Von Coleman gets relentlessly bullied.
Yeah. People are so mean to him sometimes that it's funny.
Well, Hobo loves Von Coleman, but he calls him Von Cloudman because he's love for Final Fantasy VII. So that's his thing there. Zeal control her by saying, "What are those?" to her new footwear. Well, he is an edgelord, so that could work.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, yep, there you go. No problem. All right, any final? So yeah, we have the 3 covers here for this book. Cover A, B, and C. You can obviously, as a Hero Dark would say, you can choose a cover from these. If you don't want to get cover A of the first book, you can just choose one of these for the second book, and then get book 1 with any cover you choose for book 1 as an add-on. And then just the last thing, obviously they have a bunch of interiors which look great, by the way. Huge improvement from the first one. Not saying that the first book was drawn terribly, because it was drawn very well, but you can definitely see like the improvement of his artwork to the second one.
Yeah, I'm very happy with how it's turned out. It's why I invested in him, because of course, while searching out for artists, I can be a little bit picky with what I want for art style, because it's like, yeah, I'm so was like, if I'm gonna do something, I want to do it kind of right. So of course, I'll search around and I'll find them. I'm just like, this can work. Because even though it wasn't like 100% what I would want, I saw it in him to was just like, hey, give him a couple of pages, give him some time to learn, and he can definitely improve over time. So I'm like, oh yeah, in any comic, sometimes you don't just get what you want. Sometimes you just gotta invest in someone, and then watch as they grow. And
Hell yeah.
he 100% stepped it up since then.
Oh yeah, he definitely has. So yeah, this is actually the All Might type character I was talking about right here. Just so everybody can see it on the screen here. This is what I was talking about. So
Yep. There's a scene concerning him in the third book that I'm looking forward to because it's I like it. But yeah, that's all I'll say for now.
and
This is
no
why it's so
problem, yeah.
hard being a writer but talking to others, because I don't want to spoil anything.
Oh yeah, no, of course not. And then, of course, these are all the stretch goals for anyone who's interested. Wants to share the book around and try to hit some of these stretch goals here. The passive aggressive waltz would be that one poster here, right? This one.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely want that. The number one hero is here, All Mighto. But yeah. All right. I think that's all we're gonna have for today for this. And like I said as well, just one last thing before we go. The book is 100% completed. So like it says right here, the book is 100% done. Once the Kickstarter is over, they'll send over the orders after the survey. After everyone returns their surveys for the book. So you'll get your book probably in January?
I say it kind of depends on how the printing people are, plus delivery. So I would say late January. I'm sorry, you said January. I thought you said December. So yeah,
No, January.
January. Yeah, just suspect January. It could come in, depending on where you are. It could come in like very late December, but most likely January.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah. I just figured January because the campaign ends in December, so I figured January would be what makes sense. So. All right. Thank you all for hanging out with me tonight. Thank you to Hero Darky Dark for hanging out with me and answering some questions, having an awesome interview, talking about his new book. You guys, like I said, can back it. It's pinned to the top of the chat. Relentlessly Bullied Hero number 2. Expect to get it in January. Campaign ends in December. And of course, if you want to get the catch-up packs, you can get catch-up packs, digital or physical. Choices are completely yours. And this book is 100% complete and over on Kickstarter.com. So hope you all have a great night. I appreciate y'all for stopping by and I appreciate having you on. Hero Darky Dark, appreciate you, buddy, for coming on and
thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. And like I said to your audience, don't be afraid to fail. Like everyone fails. I have a lot of fear for a lot of different things and reasons, but hey, you can't reach without jumping. That's probably a terrible way to phrase it, but you get the point.
There you go.
Hope you're able to put things out there.
Hell yeah. And this stream will be available to everyone because, as I always do with all my interview streams, all these streams will be available for everyone to watch. It will not be a members only stream. This will be a stream. So if you're not a member, you are able to rewatch this at your leisure. And I'll see you all with some more videos tomorrow. Later.